A little bit of a break. People wanted more content, you get more content. So, what's going on, ladies? Don't just walk on by. Anyway, I'm opening up a pop or a soda. Should have bought water. Stuff's not bad. It's not spicy. So, back to transplanting. What if I could raise this up? Hey Terry, like zero. I bought these at the store yesterday, and I drink water, milk, and coffee. So I just wanted something different. Oh, this is a cherry lemonade soda. High sugar, blah, 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 blah. All right, back to work, folks. Back to work, but lots of talking. All I'm doing is transplanting. So it gives a chance for people to sit back a little bit more. Just transplanting. Got my soil. Put in the red cups. Push it down a little bit. You don't really want to have much of a gap here because it creates too much of a shadow. You need that light for photosynthesis for plant growth, and that's what this is all about. Plant growth. So let's just fill up the cups. Got a lot of work to do. I mean, usually every year my plants are about that tall by now. Here I am on this. So last year's the most amount of seeds I've ever produced in my entire life in one season. So there's that. Gotta get moving. We're gonna steamroll through this. I'm going to glance at comments here and there. I'll give you grow tips as we go. The whole reason I get motivated to do these videos is even when I quit, I had like 10 messages on there in a matter of 2 hours. Tonight, hundreds. During the week, thousands of messages per week. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up and share it out. Do me a favor. Share. How's that dance go? Share. I don't know. Once again, I forgot my notebook. I still have some more reviews to do. Tons more powder reviews. Tons more powder reviews and 2 hot sauce reviews coming up. But this is more important. I work about 16 hours a day. Some people are like, there's no way in hell you work that much. You know, I could go live for 16 hours of the day and prove it. So there's that too. I don't want to go live 16 hours of the day, but I'll do about 4 today. Maybe more. All right. So now I got all the soil in. I'm just going to go ahead and push a little bit of a hole to drop this plant with a major. Also, at this stage, nutrients are really not important. Ocean Forest Fox Farm, plenty of nutrients in there. I've watched many people burn their plants out, but what I do is a natural root hormone, cinnamon. Plus, really keeps your leaves green. So I'm going to sprinkle it a decent amount, and it's going to smell like a nice cinnamon bun place in here. Which to a chummy guy like me, it's not so bad. It's about how much I put in. That's dead. And don't be afraid to transplant a little bit deep on this stuff, because roots will form up higher. You know, create a sturdier plant. Sturdier plant will hold high yields. That's what you kids like nowadays, is those high yields. You kids and your high yields. Transplant. I don't get to too much. I don't really release my grow list anymore. No reason. No reason. Nothing positive comes out of it, because people will actually try to copy off of you. And you'll be selling the same types as many others. Sure. Really need a notebook. This stuff I got new ones. I don't like these like this. I like the smaller ones. It's a preference. Let's see. Well, we're doing well on these. Now, after I do this, I'm going to germinate some more stuff. I need a notebook. Well, I'll do that later. Yeah. All right, let's transplant. Also, when I'm transplanting, what I'll do is, you can see they're kind of tiny in there. I'll squeeze this and I'll loosen them up, and then I'll just lift it right up. Squeeze, lift. Nice little root there. Let's put this up too. I don't need it. All right, when you get the tags out, make sure both sides, nothing on it. That's another issue I've had with customers. Customers had issues with themselves. This doesn't look right. And I'm smart enough to say, hey, look on the other side of the marker. Like, oh, from the previous year, they never cleaned it off. Like that chocolate primatale. Usually I get acetone and I clean it off. getting to the other fun stuff. More transplants. If you guys have grow questions, germination questions, go ahead, feel free to ask. That's what this is for. It's also to motivate me to work longer. It gets very monotonous. Boy, it does smell like a lot of cinnamon down here. I think most of us are always thinking about better ways of growing. Anywhere from less nutrients to more nutrients. I'm going to read comments here in a minute. I really do love the whole process of going through everything, and I find it very exciting. Number one is the harvest is the most exciting. And for some reason, I really love writing my grow list. I am behind schedule this year, but I will catch up. Catch up and relish the moment. All right, those are done. Those are done. I'll read comments here in a minute. I usually let you guys go for 4 or 5 minutes. And then I check. Once again, I use these, I squeeze down here, and then I kind of lift the plant up nice and easy so we don't break it. Got the root. Let's do 2 more tags. I'm getting rid of these systems. I'm not an expert on lights. A lot of people ask me. Oh, I also noticed there's a lot of newer faces here, which is good. And a good thing, I've gotten to know a lot of you guys. Oh, one thing to keep in mind with me, yeah, I will talk your ear off. But sometimes I can't talk, and because busy or schedule or driving or what have you. Some people do get offended, but it's very, very rare. Some people have gotten offended. One guy actually blasted me in a group, which I don't care. Free advertising, go for it. Because I wouldn't respond fast enough. And that was about 3 days ago. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm not even in that group, but people like, I want to be his friend. I'm like, I can't be friends with 10,000 people. I mean, I could be friendly. Like, hi, how you doing? There's only so much I can do. And you know, the thing about my job is I really love it. I really love doing this. This is a treat. It really is. You know, if you guys could run your own companies and do it full time, I recommend it. I do. This is not ready. Let's see. Well, it's simple. I get another tray. I need to get more lights on. Also, with your trays, be careful. Make sure there's no cracks in them or holes. Like if you're going to have germination mats or something underneath it. These I'm not. Got to watch when they tear too. Paid $1.99 for this one. But sometimes I could put a piece of tape on there. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I like that for type. I have another suggestion for you guys too. Gardening supplies are expensive, but what you can do, go to, all you got to do is go to your landscaping companies, and at the end of the year they throw containers out. I've got some nice containers that way. This will make do. All right, I need more cups. Give me a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm back. I think these red solo cups are definitely smaller. I recommend just the standard size, but I got them. I'm going to use them. Should have cleaned this one out. All right, let's see. Those are good standard for transplanting with those. I got another tray germinating here. I'll take this one. All right. And if you guys are going to be gone for a long period of time, like for work or whatever, and your germination mats are running hotter, I suggest putting a little bit of water on the reservoir tray. And also, compromising is not always a good thing. I never like compromising. But anyway, germination mats, you really want your temperature 80 to 85. Some of my customers are like, oh, I followed the directions precisely, and found out they didn't. They just had their room temperature like 70 to 75. And that should be good enough, right? No, I mean, it is, but it's going to take longer. You add too much moisture. You know what's going to end up happening is your seeds are going to end up rotting, stuff like that. Just use a germination mat. They're not that expensive. I understand times are tough, but all right, let's get these all down. So there's that. Fill your cups to the top. You know, cinnamon is a root hormone. You can get, it's not the best, but it'll get you through. It really helps the green in the leaves for some reason. I'm not a botanist. All right, let's transplant. Remember, squeeze, 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 and it pulls right up. Oh, I've been ignoring you guys. I've been talking to you guys, but I've been kind of ignoring comments. Sometimes you push it down, you need a little extra soil. I've noticed. I try to grow a little extra. because sometimes plants can die off if you neglect it, or sometimes watering gets a little tough when you have a whole bunch of plants together once they get a little bit bigger. Yeah, like I said, I am really behind schedule, but with long hours, I will catch up. And some, okay, this, put over there. Gardening signs. I'll get the comments, questions, and concerns. I think some people say, "Hey, man, why do you do all these live videos so long?" And I'm like, "Well, if I'm getting questions all the time and I have to stop what I'm doing, why don't I just go live? You guys could ask me a question. Your question might be the same as somebody else's question, so I might as well and work on a YouTube. It's a win-win. You win, I win, we win. I win, you win, we win." Oh, and since the last video, I chugged a whole glass of huge, tall glass coffee. So I'm a little more hyper now. Plus I had another pop. I don't drink pop much. I am a coffeeholic. All right, so that's done. All right, let's get to comments, questions, concerns. Yeah, I missed like all of this, actually. Kevin. Miller Family Foods and Gardening. Please subscribe to that channel, and thank you for all the powder reviews, brother. Walker Texas Peppers is back again. Get that notebook, bro. You'll fill it up in no time. Yes. Yes. I'll be back. I'm getting that notebook. All right. Sorry about the wait. I got the notebook. I've been talking about it. So it's a blank. I don't need to do that. It's a blank book. So what this notebook is when you guys make comments, questions, concerns that I feel I need to do a full video on, I'm going to do, that's what I'm doing, video ideas. So yeah, after all this time, I finally got the notebook, video ideas. Let's see, we're doing one on germination mats. Okay, I also want to make a hint or a note, thermostat, and heat gun. You guys don't know what I mean, but I'll get to that. It's a little note that I understand. What other videos would you like to see in the future? Drew V says, "Hey Jimmy, it's 81 at my house right now." What the heck? Drew, I'm coming over, man. That's like a beach mixer. Right here in this room's probably like 80. I'm freaking almost sweating. Yeah, but it's not. 80 degrees at your house is not necessarily 80 into the soil. That's why germination mats are better. But, yeah, man, you're still going to get germination. 81, too, that's hot, man. Woo-wee! What are you roasting over there? Besides your nuts. Okay, let's go backwards. Get that notebook, bro. That Operation Capsaicin. Hello. How's it going, Miller time? Okay. Lawn Dog. Haven't seen you in a while. Hello, Jimmy. I've been dealing with broken cars lately. Waiting on parts, and hopefully I can repair the cart or the car before it rains in a few hours. Might be here for 12 o'clock. Well, I'll be here till probably like 1 in the morning. Okay. Kenny Mule. Good afternoon, Jimmy. I'm still getting tons of pods here south of Houston, Texas. I'll be getting a new plan 2022 going in a few weeks. Love watching the channel. Thank you. Guys need seeds, jppepperseeds.com. Isolation is the way to go. Nets, they say, pollen can get through the nets and it won't stop anything. It's to stop the bees. But pollen is sticky and it'll stick in the nets. So that's why it works. Okay, so London, what type of music do you play to get your plants to grow? Or is it just plain talking to the plants? Get enough for them to respond. I don't really listen to music too much when I'm working. Sometimes in my earbuds, they don't hear it. I mean, I listen to all types of music. I'm a big fan of Enigma, KMFDM, 9 mm to 30 mm height. What else is there? I like some of the classics. I like Rush. I like Led Zeppelin. I like some of the harder stuff too. I like a little bit of Napalm Death. That gets the plants going. I like a ton of music. A ton. Full range. Metal All Day or Megadeth. Megadeth, yeah, I've watched Megadeth live, I think 3 times in concert. Also, first album I ever bought was Iron Maiden on vinyl, Power Slave. Okay. All right, so I have my notebook now. Video ideas, germination mats, thermostats, stuff like that. I'm trying to think. I mean, as I work, I'll put this on a thing up here. You guys, grow lights are kind of, yeah, I could do a grow light video, but I'm not an expert. I'm going to write grow light video, and then I'm going to go ahead and write what I do. And then I'm going to put key output max minimum. I'll explain that later. Oh, and I probably will have another giveaway. I'll probably have one of these pens in it. So, all right, we'll keep this up here. So I got some transplanting to do. Let's keep working. Yeah. If I can help you, it helps me on content as well. I did not use my cinnamon thing. All right, you know, after this, no joke, I will be done with transplanting. But I'll start on germinating more seeds. Concerts, music. Now, you know, just yesterday, I don't know if you guys know Nick Mason, the drummer of Pink Floyd, just canceled his show in Philadelphia. I'm hearing, ooh, that's a lot. We'll do it anyway. Fuck it. He canceled his show because of visa reasons and COVID out in the world. You know what? I don't even want to do too many of these plants. I have too many. So many seeds in the world today. Takes every germination you got. Wouldn't you want to germinate them all? And if you get stuck, yo, Pickles is who you call. Alrighty, so that's done. Oh, okay, that's not a problem. So you guys think of videos you want to see? Let me know. I can make them. I have a few more signs to do, and then I'm going to go ahead and look at comment sections. My comment section always disappears. You YouTubers here, does that happen to you when you're live? Does your comment section disappear and you have to continue hitting it? And if you're kind of busy, you don't always get, your hands might be dirty. There it goes. And the next best thing after the seed sprout, how tall do you let the sprouts before going to the next step of transplanting? I let the roots form the container completely, and then it goes to the next round. Like, for example, there's an exception to the rule for me. Planter cells, when they sprout, and I get a bunch in there, I'll put them in a red solo cup. When that red solo cup fills up with roots, right before it gets root bound, I'll pull that out. I'll loosen them up a little bit with my hands without breaking them. I'll moisten them so they don't get brittle. And then I'll put them in the 1 gallon container. Once that 1 gallon container is filled, I will go ahead and move it to, I usually go to the next, it's about a 5 gallon. And some of them I'll go even up to 25 gallons. And that'll be the outdoor stuff. Sometimes things will get root bound. That's not good. So what I'll do, and I thought ahead, is I will actually use grow bags. because grow bags will let the air into it, and it'll air prune the tips of the roots so they don't get root bound. Oh, and another thing just popped into my head. I see a lot of new growers making a huge mistake. I know what they're doing, and I know why they're doing it. Which I've done it too. So, and it's okay, but we need to understand some things. So, now if you get a container, any container, and you grow a plant, and what your goal is, my goal is not the same as a lot of people's goals. They want to produce now. I don't want to produce right now. I want to wait till they're outside, they're in nets, they're fully grown. You're going to get better shapes. People are like, dude, Pickles, man, your shapes suck on these, man. It's not as advertised. Not as advertised. Nothing I got from you as advertised. One guy wrote all over my post like 3 weeks ago, all this crap. And it was like 4 people doing it. I said, hold on. You need to come to me and show me pictures of what you're doing. And I got 3 of the 4 people to come to me. Their plants were like this size. And they wanted peppers that wouldn't even be supported in the plant from the weight. And they wanted the best shapes. Now, I personally know, through experience, even on fully developed, especially the newer hybrids, the new super crosses, sometimes it takes 1.5 yields to 2 yields to really get the best shapes of them. So there's that. You know, so if you want the best shapes, don't get these dinky plants. You know, and oh, and another thing, I beg, I actually beg, please do not take offense if I bring up your situation or case here in the video section. It's to teach others, because I have learned that a lot of people have the same questions. You know, I do the funny voices. It's not to be derogatory. Oh, once again, look, you can write on that, and then if I didn't see that, then you grow it out. And they'd be all types of confused. So, yeah, you want the best shapes, let your plants grow to full maturity. And then sometimes people say, I gotta figure this out. Yeah. I wrote that backwards. Okay. Now, you could take a plant. We'll just say orange spice jalapeno, okay? And you grow that to be 2 foot tall or 1 foot tall. See, they look perfect. Well, here I am with the goofy writing. Write legible, Pickles. Damn you, Pickles. Anyway. But yeah, I'm sorry I'm getting distracted because I am working. See, this is how I am all day. And then it's the same thing. If I wasn't live, it would be the same thing. All right. I'm missing all types of comments. Start from seed. Lawn Dog says, Jimmy, I'm interested in your process starting the seed. Okay. Well, let's read the whole thing. Do you set the seeds, and for how long do you special mixture? What is your soil? Please set Fox Farm. Okay. Done. Go to playlist, Germinating Seeds. It says it right there. So that's good. Playlist, done. Thank you for the input, though. Oh, man, I went down to the bottom. it's hard for me to believe for some reason that putting the seeds directly in the Fox Farm soil would allow them to grow. I know that sounds silly. Oh, well, you could put it directly in the soil, but like you mean in the ground? Yeah, I mean, freaking, yeah, it sounds goofy, but you got to realize, all these types are meant for southern states in South America and Asia. Asia, South America. That's what these seeds are basically for, the climate. Except for capsicum pubescens, they like a colder climate. But overall, light's starting to bother me. I'm gonna have to start wearing sunglasses during these videos. That's another subject. Anyway, I gotta stop saying I'm back to it. But I'm in Pennsylvania, and if I don't get a head start, I'm not going to be. I mean, I'd have to start my seeds in like June and expect production in August. That's why we start them indoors. Now, if you do squash seeds and stuff like that, you could actually do all that. I need to find my glasses. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually caught up, but I need to germinate more, a lot more. Cinnamon, light dusting. Also keep some of the insects away, like gnats and all that stuff. It's a root hormone. All right, so that's done. I'm thinking what I could actually do. I know what to do. This trade's done. Oh, this is almost filled up back here already from today. Please do not fall, please do not fall, please do not fall. I have my coffee cup here. All right, I need my glasses. My eyes are starting to bother me. Oh, there's duct tape. That could go upstairs. That could go upstairs. Oh, here it is. These, I actually got criticized by a few people. Glasses. They're not sunglasses. They're grow light glasses. Your eyes will burn. So I gotta start wearing these, which are not perfect. Well, they'll be easier once I get more light. It's kind of darkish. I'm gonna turn more grow lights on. Start looking at the circuits over here. Guys, come up with questions, comments, concerns. I will address as much as I possibly can. Now I can't see. These need to come on. Got my bike in the way. Oop, that works. That works perfect. Well, I need one more. This. The Mega. Why isn't that? Oh. Manual. Woo! Man. Now we got some serious light. You can see it. So got that going. I just don't like wearing the glasses too much. Tell you what, I'm getting tired, man. This needs washed. Garbage needs taken out. Garbage pickup tonight, by the way. Alright, this needs washed. Need a garbage bag. I need to clean up this table. I'm going to clean up some of this table and then I'm going to sit down face to face. Oh, I do have a garbage bag. Oh, beans. I got mentioned. I just got mentioned on Facebook. I just got mentioned. Somebody's talking about me. Good. All right. Figured it out. Correction, I did not figure it out. A friend of mine figured out when he was bored at work. Said, I get mentioned every 20 minutes on Facebook, 24/7. Every 20 minutes, my name is mentioned somewhere. Not bad. I don't drink much pop. I think I'm officially done with this. Gotta get this garbage out. Also, I made a whole video on this. When you're done with the soil, don't reuse it because the other seeds might germinate. And that's one great way. Things will be all mixed up. They'll be like, well, isolated seeds, man. Freaking, they don't always grow true. You don't know what you're getting. It could be an issue. Well, it could be the customer, too, using the same soil over and over again. Do you use the same soil? Yes. Then you can't complain if things are all mixed up, you know? All right, I do need to get this done. This all gets thrown out. I use the soil for outdoors, like in a rock garden and stuff like that. If I do a bunch of challenges, this could be my puke bucket. I know Brad Bishop, when he used to do videos, all kinds of dust in here. Oh, man. He used the Tony Romo bucket. The old Tony Romo bucket. Puke bucket. I mean, like, seriously? The Tony Romo bucket? Like, if he knew somebody was doing pepper reviews to the point that they were getting sick and throwing up in a Tony Romo bucket, like, Tony, how do you feel about that? It is dusty down here. I'm going to have to mop eventually. I'll have a mopping video. I did advance. I leveled up in the video game of Jimmy Pickles here. I actually have a notebook down here to write notes. If people want videos. A lot of videos people ask for are already in existence. Check down the playlist. All right, so one thing. Cinnamon, natural root hormone. Another one. B1. People ask me what nutrients I use. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what I figured out, but I'll tell you some things. Dust and dirt everywhere. All right, I'm missing comments, questions, concerns. Alrighty, let's go back to the comments. Okay, wait. Should I go back further? Okay, Lawn Dog says, and the next thing is after the seeds sprout, and how tall do you let the sprouts grow? Okay, I answered that. You just fill in the roots, and once the roots are filling in the container, you move it to the next size, whatever size you want. Like I go from the planter cell to red solar cup to 1 gallon to 5 gallon to 10 gallon to 15 to 25, so on and so forth. Okay, so going back. Lawn Dog says, no. That plant is too immature to produce quality peppers. See, these are the people who have ridiculous expectations, have zero experience, and they're not willing to learn much. You know, that's actually, I'm gonna read it again. Lawn Dog, thank you. I'm gonna read that 3 times. That was one. Second time, no. That plant is too immature to produce quality peppers. See, these are the people who have ridiculous expectations and have zero experience, and they're not willing to learn much. Okay, reading it twice is sufficient. You know, there's people, like, they buy from me and they don't take my advice, and then they get mad if they don't get the results. You know, you have everybody has expectations. So if you want, no pepper is cookie cutter shape. Not even bell peppers. There'll be some variations based on the grower. You know, sometimes the grower's like, you know, that's horrible, man. It freaking pickles, man. He's blaming the grower, not himself. Like, well, I look at the full spectrum of things. Like, you know, I go through a checklist. Now, I'm thinking here for a second, would this make a video? Like, if I could come up with a checklist, I don't think it's that important, but I don't think it's a standalone Star Wars story, you know. But yeah, if a couple people messaged me and they said, like I said, don't take offense to it. It's just your experiences. Your experiences are very important to me and to everybody else. So I share those experiences with people. A couple people said, hey, I got new crosses from your peppers. I'm like, what? And the one guy showed me, and they were indoor plants and they were runts. And I'm like, no, you got smaller plants. You're not going to get, and it's harder. You're not going to get the full rain, the spectrum of the rays from the sun and all the great wind and all that. And it takes a while to get full grown peppers. Now, that's a whole thing that I struggle with for the larger peppers. There's certain peppers out there like, what's it called? Big Chocolate. There's a pepper called Big Chocolate. It grows about maybe 1.5 feet. They get huge. Here, I'll get like 10 inches. Everybody else is 1.5 feet. Down south, because they have the better climate. Okay, that being said, like, climate means everything. Hey, you guys go to the pepper groups and you see some of the, you know, I'm going to admit, some of the best looking peppers are not even from here in America. They're over in Europe. It's something with their environment. I think, you know what, sometimes I think it's the change of environment. It'll make it really gnarly. Sometimes it's all the other stuff. You know, if it's more acidic, I believe it'll have gnarlier peppers, but it can hurt your yields. Just all types of stuff. But yeah, there's factors in it. There's factors, and this channel, I gotta put the glasses on. My eyes are burning. And last year, by the way, sitting down here, I started getting a suntan. No joke, when all the lights are on. So I'm progressing. So this motivates me to work and connect with people. And in the time of COVID and everything, I don't have COVID, but just the world of COVID, people are so disconnected and angry, and it's justified, you know. So that's why I try to have this channel and try to connect with one another. If I could even be a listening ear to somebody on here, you know, a couple people today and yesterday They brought up their issues, personal problems, and I'm thinking, it's not really the place for it. But you know what? What the hell? The main focus is peppers, but sometimes people, they cry out, they want to reach out. So, not the main focus, but I give you a virtual hug. How about that? A virtual hug. All right. So my ramblings on and on and on. I'm losing sight of comments, questions, concerns. You learn by, okay, Lawn Dog said, you learn by doing it and seeing what happens. And this takes time. They act like it's just because the plant is producing. Yeah, I mean, I probably had 30 people block me because they had plants like this last year, and they're all selling seeds now, which is crazy. You should really know your craft, really get everything settled in and all that registered. But I don't know. Times are tough for people, so it is what it is. And people are quick to judge. I was. It's like doing a puzzle, not a puzzle where there's specific. It's like doing a. What are those puzzles called? Like if they can't get it right, they blame the manufacturer. But it's been proven true with the material. The material in this case would be seeds. It's been proven true. You can get what is advertised. You can get success. You can get higher level success than me by concentration, by education, by just learning how to do things. Now, the weird thing about growing is there's more than one right way of doing things. Okay, so keep that in mind. Also, environment. Like I discussed on an earlier video today, environment means so much. Like you get aphids. Like ladybugs probably won't be great for you in the south, but it's great for me in the north. I don't like spraying all that chemical crap, neem oil or soap on my plants. A lot of people overdo it and kill their plants. You need your leaves for photosynthesis. So you always do a light, like a spray bottle, 1 squirt of Dove dish soap in it. On top of the leaves, underneath the leaves, the stems, and the soil. Oftentimes they're like, well, it didn't work. They came back. They laid eggs in the soil. You got to look at the whole picture of things. Take this craft, this profession, this hobby, wherever you're coming from, takes years of perfection. I mean, I don't have it perfected. I feel that I'm progressing and I'm learning things, certain things that certain aspects of certain types of pepper plants require more nutrients than others. Some require less. I learned the Primatele requires less overall. It just has to go through its. A Primatele is a fantastic. I have plenty of those seeds. Completely forgot. What is it? $3.99 for seeds. It's like the all-time lowest price for super huts on my site, isolated to the end of the week. $3.99. It's going up to $5.49. January 1st. Whenever I switch it back. So capitalize. If you're going to buy them, buy them. I don't think you can get them cheaper anywhere else. $3.99 for isolated seeds from a registered company. I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can get it cheaper. That's ridiculously low. But I'm going to put the price at $5.49. January 1st. Buy. I'm up. All right. Let's get back to more comments, questions, concerns. I have my notebook, yes. Miller time. Jimmy, is seed starting potting soil a gimmick? No, it's not. That's a good question. That's actually a pretty good question. I'm thinking for a second to actually my experience. If I can make that into a smaller video, I don't know. That's something for me to think about. But anyway, seed starting potting soil is it's a mass, it's a body, and it doesn't have much nutrients in it because you don't want much nutrients in it. All it is a body to hold a seed in, to get the moisture in, to get it germinating. Then you transplant it into something fundamental on nutrition, like Fox Farm, stuff like that. So I try to eliminate that stage by doing that. Also, keep note, some of the things I say works perfect for me might not work perfect for you. An example, Ocean Forest Fox Farm. People tell me, oh, no. That soil runs hot. It'll burn your plants. Doesn't burn my plants. Maybe the reason it works for me is I'm here in Pennsylvania. We get it down south, shipped in a truck up here. You know, I get a plethora of soil. And as it sits in a nursery and all that other stuff, they don't always cover it, or they don't cover it well. In the rain, there's holes in the bags. See, we can't really see, but there's little tiny holes to have the soil breathe, because the moisture in there would end up getting, bacteria or whatever. You need to have the soil to breathe. That's why they have those little holes. But it can work against it when it sits in a nursery and water gets in it. And then what happens is it starts washing down all the nutrients in it. So maybe I don't get the full strength, as if it was like processed and brought here immediately. So, all right, let's go back. I'm going to try to go through this a little quicker. Yeah, I missed a lot. Every time I do a transplant, it seems like the effect of the growth rate, but the plant comes back. Yeah, I'm not sure. How tall should plants get average? Purple jalapeno compared to Carolina Reaper? That's a pretty good question. Purple Reaper is about 4 foot. Carolina Reaper is about 5 foot. Although, exceptions to the rule, which nobody's really going to do, a couple people did. I wish I remember the guy's name. A guy in Florida winterized Carolina Reaper like 5-6 years, ended up being like 10 foot. But on average, 4 or 5 foot. Okay, so Terry says, on your 25-gallon pots, what do you fill with? This stuff. Ocean Forest Fox Farm. Okay, quantity producing. Heck, I've been at it for 2 years. Tinkering. Yeah. My plants not all tall. Okay, Walker, Texas Pepper says, I saw Peace Sal's tour and it was awesome. Dio and Savage on that tour. Savage? That made me think of Sabaton. But Savage, I don't know. Do you like ketchup and relish on your sandwich? You know, Miller Tom Family Foods and Gardening asked, do you like ketchup and relish on your sandwich? That actually reminds me of a video I watched earlier today. Who with the boxer? The guy asked if he liked ketchup on his hot dogs. And he said, yes, I do. And he's like, no, you go bareback with that hot dog. It was like a comedy thing. Yeah. Ketchup. You put ketchup and relish on that sandwich. Thank you, Drew. Okay. See, Jimmy, it's people who do silly things like reusing the soil, starting soil, then wonder why things don't grow right. And then they complain these people need some help. I'm aware of that. Yeah, I mean, it's a situation that they don't understand that they made a mistake. They honestly, like truthfully, do not understand they made a mistake. and they will chastise and try to get me out of business. You know, and I've made amends with certain people that I was at a feud with for a couple years, and they turn around and then they tell me, oh, I use this process. I'm like, that's where our fight started out, because you blamed me. You cost me money on my company because you didn't think things through. You know, and it gets aggravating. It's tough. Yes, I'm back. Next up, attempting to create. Yes. Okay, I read all that. I said I was watching your video late, and you said you were going to catch up. Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, lawn dogs, and as far as the relish goes, I don't like sweet relish, and stuff is horrible. But I absolutely love dill pickle relish and the sour bite I enjoy in a pickle. I make my own relish, believe it or not. I haven't made it in years, but for once, I'm actually caught up here. I'm actually caught up. I'm tired. What time is it? It's 2:29. You know what? I'm not leaving. No. 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 I'm going to tell another point. Guys want to get into this? You're going to get tired. You don't quit. You work until you die, or you pass out. That's how you make it. Also, I set little goals for myself. Last video I did got 18 watched hours. I need more. I need more. I need more. Hit that thumbs up. Share it out. Share it out. Tell you what, this is what I need to do. I need to go upstairs and grab a drink. I'm going to grab water. And then I'm going to start to germinate more. Going to germinate more. Yeah. I'll be back. What is it? All right, so I'm back. I got some water. I got a cookie. I got a cookie. What's it to you? Nope. Okay. I'm going to reread this out loud. Lawn Dog says, Jimmy, I want to start my next seed planting with you, so that's why I'm kind of asking for specific directions to get my seeds going, which seemed for me to be the biggest hurdle. For the full video, just go to my playlist in Germinating Seeds. Use any soil you want. That's it. Once my plants are kind of ready, okay. And that's where I believe we're starting. Okay. 1,000 ghoul updates. This is the first time I've seen you. Thank you for watching. Does he grow in that ocean forest, or just add during bloom stage? I use the whole thing the whole time. So, yeah. Yep. I use it the whole time. Okay, Lone Dog says, okay, Jimmy, I didn't know you had a video about Germinating. I'll definitely watch it. Yeah, I have a playlist about all kinds of stuff. Let me go to the restroom real quick, and I'm going to start germinating seeds. Transplanting, now germinating. Alrighty. Garbage goes out. Oh, crap. Garbage goes out tonight. Alrighty. Let me think. It's not bright enough. It's like in between wearing these glasses and not wearing these glasses. Alright, I think I'm going to transfer this and that. Yeah, I wanted to use my new germination mat. I guess I could in the long run here. See how that bad boy works. I guess I will. All right. Bring our focus over here. I'm really confused. I hit the yes. Hit the wrong button. Wrong button. All right. So my goal is to get more than 18. Let's see if this would be. All right, so what I'm doing here, I'm going to germinate more seeds. Planter cells, that's what I use. I do use ocean forest box form for it. It's not necessary. It's really not. You could use, some people say it's hot. I've been doing it for years. It's fine. It's fine. Doesn't burn them out. It's all a tax write-off anyway, so what the hell. I'm not going to get 2 separate shipments, you know. And I do my own composting teas for bloom stages and nitrogen and for growth stage. I've written my own recipes for compost teas. This is about empty. We're going to get as many in here as possible. I'm going to try to keep up on the comments this time. Awesome. Cool. All right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Do me a favor. Share this video out. thumbs up too. Dirty thumbs up. That just sounds weird. We keep it real here. Real goofy. This bag's for quarters. Probably take this garbage out. Stick to the regular bag. I still have some other reviews to do, like hot sauce and powders. But that's not my main concern. Right now, this is my main concern. Okay, Jimmy, we might be kind of silent because we're watching, us absorbing the information. At least I am. I have many of the things you use in your businesses. Awesome. Thank you. This is what I start them in. These are smaller cups. Why don't I just have one that's a normal size? I got time. I'll make time if I don't have time. If I don't have time, I'll make the time and I'll make a pizza with it. Alright, it doesn't matter. So, like I said, and I will continue saying, plants or cells germinate faster than this because the heat takes longer to rise up to where the seed is. That's all. Also, be careful buying soils. And I feel like this should be higher. Yep, I can't make it higher. You like growing basil? What's your favorite basil? I like a lemon basil or a purple basil. Is there a specific, you mean for basil for in a soil mix, or do you mean just growing basil in general? I should be growing basil. Uh-oh. Walker, Texas Pepper's message has been retracted. I don't know why. Good stuff, Gig. We'll watch again later. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's continue. So what I'm doing here, the last video and a half, I happen to... I'm thinking about the next step as well. I'm going to do something different. Yeah, I'm still... Every year I do a little bit different here. Let's just get going on this. We'll worry about that other steps later. I do it flush, throw it in the soil, and just kind of level it off. Let's do every single one. I have a lot to germinate. These videos are good for me because they reinforce my YouTube time, they reinforce customer service, and they are a positive reinforcement on me getting work done. Like I said, thumbs up, share this out. Thumbs up, share it out. Thumbs up, share it out. All right, I will be germinating seeds. I'm not getting into specifics. I'm germinating as much as I can. Also, yeah, I'm not going to get into that. yeah, some of these videos, I'll try to talk as much as possible. That's what I'm going to do. What I'm working on is quality right now. I'll show you here in a second. I'm going to actually show you. Little things that you may or may not know. Just from observing myself on video in the past. Oh, scissors. Things that can go wrong. Also need to be careful not to train competition too much. All right. I was thinking, here's something to help you guys. It's not this stage, it's the end stage. When you guys are drawing out your own seeds to sell or whatever, I know you guys do it. I prefer you guys to buy off me every year because I isolate. And most of you guys do not. So, I'll do this before I forget. Something I've noticed. And a couple things I've noticed. Oh, also, like I picked this up, there was blank, and there's something on there. So if I picked that up and didn't look on the other side, I would confuse myself. I'll put that aside. All right, when you're drawing out seeds and all that stuff, if you put them on paper plates, what do we know about paper plates? They're very light. Okay, somebody opens up a door, paper plates a seed could pop to the next one, the next one, the next one. Paper plates are never a good thing. I guess you could use paper plates or something. I don't. I'm not going to get into the seed drawing process. But that's a big no, 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 no. I see that, I cringe. That's cringeworthy for a seed vendor to see paper plates. If somebody opens up a door, you have a fan in there, seeds can hop, everything. I'm not going to get too much into details why it's just not a good idea. But a little help to help you guys, at least put a stone in there to weigh it down. You ever go to, like, we've all been through the situation where we're sitting at a picnic table during the summer, a small breeze comes in, and you have, like, you're down to your corn on it. Simple as corn, and your plate starts lifting, and the corn starts sliding. Just as corn. It's heavier than seeds. Think about you're opening up a door and a wind comes in, and some people, I know from watching people, some people dry their seeds out in a shed or a barn, and a wind comes through when they open up the door. That's enough for quality control to go. So these little things that I think of, don't argue with me. If you don't like it, you move on. Every time I say something on social media about this, that little thing that popped into my head, people are like, no, 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 it works for me. I've tried it a million years. Well, guess what? It doesn't work for a lot of people. Okay, now that being said, I'm taking that situation and amplifying it by 100. Okay, a major company, I'm not mentioning the name, a major seed company dries their seeds out in tiers with paper plates on top of each other. I couldn't believe it. I seriously could not believe that. I'm like, wow. Yeah, I'm not here to bash anybody at all. So, but yeah, that's just something to keep mind of. If you're fine with it and you're cool with it, that's fine. But I see a lot of people's stuff mixed up. Me as a seed vendor, people ask me, could you identify this pepper? There's over 30,000 peppers in the world. Please refer to my video of what's my pepper? What's my pepper? What's my pepper? The one with the question marks all over it. That addresses that situation. Now this situation here has nothing to do with that. This is the beginning stages. That's the end stage. I just thought of that. I figured I'd bust into it. So, okay, cool. Yes, okay, the pizza, yes. Johnny Small Pepper. Hello, my friend. How are you? Lawn Dog says, right now for identifying my plants, I'm using masking tape and a black pen. It's working for me. Yeah, man, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm looking for some of those plastic inserts. They can spread things during the growing process. Okay, plastic inserts. What do you mean? This? Do you know where I buy most of my stuff? Garden supply places. Go online, garden supplies, and look for these things are disposable. You don't want them. I mean, you do, but you don't. I had a good deal on these, and I've had them for years. They're in my big container. Stuff like this will last about 2 years. Let's see. This will last 1 year. This will last about 2 or 3. There's stuff that will last a lot longer. This stuff will last probably 4, 5, 6 years, 7 years. And then they start getting brittle. Okay. All right, so I got that in there. I'm not. Sort of have my face in the camera. Just kind of working here. I'm organizing. This has kind of got a little disorganized. That could be thrown out. Some of this stuff I have here. I don't know why I brought it all down like this. I'm not growing all of it. I'm going to have to do an evaluation. That's another interesting aspect of my company is evaluating. I'll get to it. All right. That's fine. This is a weird aspect of the business aspect of the seed industry. It's completely different from all of this. I sit down and I think the big question, the ultimate question, the biggest question as a business, what will be the big sellers? Now, your essentials, your super huts. Thank you for the order that just came in. Orders are a little slow today, but I've had maybe a dozen already. So anyway, when I get a lot of orders in, I can't really go live because I get stuck on orders. But yeah, I ask myself, so it's easy to figure out, there's certain heirlooms people want, the 7-pot original, 7-pot prematale, Carolina Reaper, Dragon's Breath. Those are the types people want. And then I stop. That's the higher, I kind of have a scale in my head, super huts. And then the lower heats and the heirlooms and all this stuff kind of waves in and out of that. The in-between stuff, the newest fads of things, not necessarily newest fads. What is going to be the hot seller? What's going to be the newest hot seller? So I start thinking about it. Some of the stuff I will design, I have designed, which should be some of the hot sellers coming up in 2022 that everybody will want. 4 or 5 of them coming out. I've worked on for 4 or 5 years. So that should tell you something. What else is there? Well, prematale. I popularized the prematale. Bain strain peach. That came from me. It came from Kevin Bain, but I made that popular. And now a few other companies are selling it. Bigger companies are selling it. Prematale really hit hard. and I'm the first seller, the first legit seller to actually sell it. So that's a great mark in my book. And I was catching myself saying all this stuff. I'm like, it's not really of a big deal. It is, but it isn't, but it isn't. It's just, this is the stage. The whole point of it, though, this is a stage. What I do here as a business really will take effect in the long run. And it's just like, is this in for vain? Will this not sell? Will this? And I start thinking, and I start researching you guys, what you like. What do you like? What do you like that's not the essentials, and what do you, all the in-between stuff. So, flavor. You know how hard it is to sell flavored? Like, it's hard because you can't taste it. You can't taste flavor. I could tell you, this is the best tasting flavor I've ever had in my entire life. And you guys are going to be enticed a small bit. But I got to have to think the psychology of peppers. What entices you guys? Gnarliness, gnarliness, gnarliness. Mega heat. Guy on floor. Guy ran in front of a bus. Bus hit the guy. The guy didn't even feel anything because the burn was so strong. But what I like is a balance of heat and flavor. You know, one of the best tasting is, I swear to this day, orange spice. One of my favorites, orange spice. Santa Lucia Island, one of the fruitiest flavors. You know, they're not super hots. All that stuff. You know, I see a lot of newer faces here. You guys are all gung-ho, and I love it. I'm feeding off of your energy, but it's just, yeah. Eventually, you're going to start getting that gut burn and all that stuff, and then you're going to have, and then you guys start companies. You're going to have to drink more coffee. So I teeter in between the sweet, fruity flavors and the super hots. But yeah, I don't know. I go off in tangents on these. I missed a bunch of comments. Okay. Bren, what's going on? Nice to see you here. Time to start those peppers. I love Bren. Check her out. Bren's a really nice lady. This is, you recognize this room? This is the room you interviewed me in. And I could recirculate that video too. Oh, wow. That's when I first started the company. You put me on your show. You were redoing your, where was that? Redoing your living room, kitchen area, stuff like that. And we did it on Zoom. And the background, I think your background was plastic because you're remodeling and all that stuff. Let's see. 100,000 goal updates. No one ships faster than this guy here. I've ordered a ton of seed companies. He's the fastest. Thank you very much. Lone Dog says, Jimmy, I totally agree. Figuring out what seeds are going to be in demand is going to be magical to get that prediction correct. Yeah, it really is. Because what people don't understand, like, I don't even show you guys, and I was thinking, but I kind of leave that out from the general public, and I think it's best I do, but my personal collection is vast. I got like 1,500 types in my personal collection, and I see some, oh yeah, man, I got a hold of this, I got a hold of that, I got a hold of this, and I see some of these new sellers, and they're like, dude, they're like this. Like, it's online, but you can't see it. They're like, dude, I got all the seeds. I got all your seed needs. I got the needs. I got the seeds you need. Oh, yeah. You know, it's like they're being smooth. They got a trench coat. They can open it up. They got all the seeds in the trench coat. It's like, guys, Do you realize there's over 30,000 types? Yeah, there's that many. So, and I have like 1,500 plus. Okay. Sean in the pack. You're the man. I just ordered 4 types of seeds I've been looking at. I couldn't find elsewhere. They were sold out and you had them. Thank you very much. Have you tried Capsicum Flexum? Yes, I have. They grow in a vine. They're reddish. They don't do that well up here. And the seller, and they're not a big seller. I never sold them, but I've grown them years ago. Yeah, cold tolerant. I'm in Pittsburgh, and they will not. You're not going to get a good production up on them until September, October, and then boom, it's winter. You get like 6 weeks to produce, and you don't get a high yield up here. What you want for those Flexum, I always call them Flexum. You need mountain regions like West Virginia, which would be south of me, but mountain regions would be a little bit colder. Yeah, you're gonna get better production out of those. They're not big sellers in the United States. There's people I know, and it's perfectly fine. I think it's actually kind of cool that they're pushing those types, but they're not going to be big sellers marketing for somebody who's putting their livelihood into it. But they are definitely cool. They're cool. Let's see. Jimmy, you run into a guy like me, and last season I wanted nothing but super huts, but now want more of a tamer peppers. Yeah. Hope I'm not confusing customer. You're not confusing at all. I look at the variety of peppers that you're offering us, and of course, eventually I want to try them. Oh yeah, and another thing is, it's actually about reflection about me on how I present myself to you. In the past year or two, if you've noticed, and I'm mentioning this to help, on the description of the name, it'll have the name, I don't know, like 7-Pot Primo and Capsicum Chinense, and then after that, it'll be super hot. So the peppers will be super hot, mild, no heat, stuff like that. I want the full spectrum of things. Habanana. I'm selling habanana. It's a no heat habanero. That's on the website. No heat habanero. It's a nice fruity flavor. It's really good. I love it. I advertise. You could see the macho guys. If this is the 1950s, it'll be like the dressing like the fawns, like, hey, do the super huts, habanana, screw you, because there's no heat in it. But I love them. Once you get past that phase, because all these guys come in, oops, I'm wrecking my own place. They dive right into the super huts, and they overlook the awesome heirlooms. They overlook the mild peppers. You guys, you wait. I'm watching. I'm waiting. I'm watching. I'm waiting. I'm watching. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm watching. That you guys are actually going to get tired of the super huts because your gut's going to be like, ooh, and you're going to get tired of that. Then you're going to, I watch it all the time, and if, sometimes I like doubters because, boy, I just really sidetracked my work, didn't I? Because now we're having fun. But some of if you don't believe me, look at the reviewers. Some of the top-notch reviewers, some of the videos were going viral. Why would they quit? Why would they quit? Why would they quit? Because now they're getting good money from YouTube, all this other stuff. Now, YouTube did screw some of the reviewers over, if you knew, 3-4 years ago, because they changed the requirements and they ended up making less money. And they were doing more and more challenges. What ended up happening with some of the reviewers, now I will say, Ted Barris, Fire Breathing Idiot. Check him out. He did all types of cool videos. I loved watching Ted Barris. I loved watching Brad Bishop. Those guys were awesome to watch. There's not many guys like doing what they're doing. All these reviewers are coming in tincture, 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 and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not into it. That's okay. Some guys sent me stuff. I've tried it. I didn't dislike it, but I like fresh peppers overall. But these guys, what happened is their insides, just the super huts, just freaking, it just tenderized them like a good steak, and it was just harder for them to do it. I'm not bringing. I know some reviewers I got to know. Their wives. It took a toll on their personal lives with their wives, just as a reviewer stance, like they were just miserable around their family, and their family's like, whoa, we don't want this. I was just catching myself. I don't want to down super huts. I love super huts. I will always eat them. But don't burn yourself out on them. They're meant, think of a super hut as a concentrate. Like a concentrated orange juice. You don't want to sit there and take the spoon of the concentrated orange juice. You're going to like it. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be a nice orange flavor. But imagine doing that all the time. Your stomach's going to start, oh man. And that's what super huts are doing. And I don't like to see the pepper community as all just eating and throwing up and eating. Do it as gourmet. I want to see more gourmet. So, I love super huts. Super huts have some flavors. If the food market can capitalize on this stuff and learn how to manipulate the flavors in the super huts, they're going to have some new flavors of foods and stuff like that. You got to learn how to do it. You got to learn the culinary side. Most people are not doing it. I actually formed a company to get involved with doing sauces and stuff where I manipulate the flavors into scientific processing. I've never even discussed this much out in public. Eventually, I may very well do this. But this is where the conversation ends, because I may do that in the long run. But I got into the seed industry. Boy, I got really sidetracked, but I wanted a very long video, and that's what I got. So I wanted to do 18 viewed hours for this. I don't know what it is now. Okay, you're in West Virginia. Very cool. All right. All right. So I have to do a little research on what's in front of me to see if I actually want to grow this. I just kind of brought some of the newer seeds down that I got. I don't know if I want to grow this stuff. Some I do. So I'm gonna, oh, I forgot. Very important. My phone is almost dead. I'm gonna continue. Do this germination thing. And I'm going to end this soon. So hopefully what I pick you guys will like. And go outside your realm. Here's something to keep in mind. When you're growing super huts, they're fun. I've noticed something. In the pepper community, there's more guys than girls in the pepper community. I would like to see that. I would like to see that change. One, because I freaking love women. But overall, I think more and more women would get involved in it in other aspects of it, like knowing flavors. what do I know about women overall? Men like the super huts and nacho-ness and all that crazy crap. Well, you know what? Women like sweet peppers, sweet things. I'd have to look at my chart, and you could look. Well, New Mex lemon spice, New Mex orange spice. Those St. Lucia Island. Those are awesome sweet peppers. Ahi lemon drop. So if you're not looking for super huts, those are peppers too. I have a full range. It's crazy, just the rumors. I thought about making a video on false rumors of me. It was just some of the craziest stuff. There's legitimately a TMZ for the pepper world, and it's just like misinformation. So like, yeah, pickles only sell super huts. Actually, that's not true at all. I do a full spectrum of. Super huts is probably 55% of what I sell, but I don't know. So you guys are gonna have to wait and see what I produce. I gotta charge up my phone. Hopefully, I'm pushing for more than 18 watched hours. And hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully I could entertain you guys. I go off on the tangents. But I think it's things we're all thinking about. And I got some reviews coming up. Maybe I'll do tonight. I just been on camera for about 4 hours today. You know that? About 4 hours of videos today. So I'm going to take a break on the media. jppepperseeds.com. People looking for seeds, please drop my link. jppepperseeds.com. Isolation is important. Stops cross-pollination of bees. I give extras with every order. I give instructional sheets. I have a YouTube channel where I'm constantly giving customer service. And I love the community. Please vote for me for President of the United States. I know. Oh, wrong video. All right. So I'm goofy as hell. I love peppers. So are all of you. Check you later.